What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. She started a pros and cons list of having Bilal and Shida back this season. So far, it's all been cons. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? And honestly, I said it from the start. I don't understand why they are on this season. It's boring and all that's happening, and I called it to call me the beaver.
The groundhog.
The groundhog, damn it. Call me the groundhog. But I said, this whole thing is gonna be about Shida wanting to have a kid, and Bilal's not that hot on this topic. Here we go.
I forget where I stood. I don't think I was thrilled that they were back. But maybe I was hopeful.
It's too soon.
It's too soon.
I don't need to. It's literally, there is nothing new.
There's nothing new.
They picked up where they left off. And I'm like, no, go and live your life for a year. Then come back and show us what we've missed.
At this point, I wish Bilal would start some pranks or something. Let's spice this thing up a little bit. Yeah, nobody enjoyed watching them last season.
No.
So I don't understand where the TLC folks got the idea. You know who these people want to see? They want more Bilal and Shida. Nobody ever said that.
No.
I don't know.
Bilal's too cringy. He's
I don't know what they're doing here.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get into the actual meat and potatoes of this episode, a couple items for our housekeeping. Why do you look so confused? Because I said meat and potatoes?
Yeah, and I told you that I think my wisdom teeth is starting to acting out.
Oh, well, you behave. We got a podcast. Share some of your wisdom with us. We can.
I know, but it scares me because I just went to the dentist and they, again, not yelled at me. They were like, Teresa, you still haven't set up the appointment to have your wisdom teeth taken out. It's going to be too late. You're going to be in so much pain. We've been telling you this for the past 2 years. And I'm like, and now I feel like it's catching up with me.
Oh, boy.
I'm in pain.
Oh, no. Are you going to be able to get through this?
I don't know, but let's try.
Oh, no. All right. Well, hopefully we can get through this. We'll do our best for poor Teresa over here. All right. A little bit of housekeeping. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. It's a good time over there. We post some memes once in a while. We share some news. Teresa's probably not going to be able to speak very soon, but she'll message with you. That's how she'll be able to communicate once her mouth is all surgerized.
I have to really get the surgeon.
I need you here, Teresa. I need you to podcast.
I'm going to podcast.
I see you staring off into the distance, picturing yourself under that stupid dentist light while they're playing God knows what Netflix and just drilling away at you.
They also play Netflix for you? Don't you love it?
They actually didn't.
Oh, really?
No, they did not. But come on, get your head in the game, Teresa. We're here to talk about our favorite television show. So at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. Also, guys, the Patreon. Okay. Patreon.com/Married to Reality. We got a lot going on over there.
A lot.
We got the Single Life, which is quite the season.
Amazing.
Quite the season. We got the Single Life. We have some bonus content over there. We have Love is Blind After the Altar.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 episodes for anyone at the Cousins Club or Family Affair level. We have an episode of Real Girlfriends in Paris. That's for our Family Affair friends.
Yes.
We got a Halloween bonus coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it's for everyone. Everyone gets that. If you're on the Patreon, no matter what tier from Teresa's looks confused. Come on, we like to give all of our friends.
Well, yeah, we do. It's just, I love how we never discuss anything and we just share with you guys, which means it goes. But yes, I'm all for it.
Of course, we're gonna give it to everyone. That's the Halloween bonus. We'll share a little bit more about that as the date gets closer. And also, there's going to be a special just monthly bonus for our Family Affair friends. So there's a whole lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon.com/Married to Reality. Get over there. We might even live stream Teresa's root canal or whatever she's getting.
Stop. I don't have a root canal.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Right.
I just think I'm scared because they've been telling me about this wisdom teeth taken out. Apparently it's something you do in America because I asked my Czech dentist and he goes like, oh, hell no.
Oh.
He goes like, let them take it out unless you have a problem.
Well, it seems like you have a problem over there.
My parents have their wisdom teeth. All my friends have their wisdom teeth. Something you guys do in America, and now I feel like they got to me.
They did, because sometimes teeth just hurt, and in 20 minutes, you're not even going to notice it.
No, they don't hurt. My teeth don't hurt.
Mine come and go.
Really?
Well, it's depending on what you eat, or if you bit something, or heat sensitive, cold sensitive. You get a little discomfort, and then it goes away. I don't know. I'm not a dentist, but I think you're going to be all right. I think you're going to be fine. Patreon.com/marriedtoreality. Also, make sure you guys are following the podcast. The one you're listening to right now, it's so easy to do. So that way, no matter when we drop an episode, no matter what we drop, you're going to get it. It's going to come right to your device. You don't have to look it up. Easy peasy. So easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as the Kama Sutra yoga.
Could have been, should have been, would have been with a different couple. But all right. They tried. They tried their best.
She tried her best, and she didn't even break her hip.
No.
The instructor was like, I'm worried she's going to get injured.
They took it easy on Jenny over there. Yeah, smash it like it's as hot as that. You'll love to see some action in the geriatric sector.
Okay.
All right. And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. We love the reviews. Mm-hmm. We read the 5-star reviews on this podcast. This one right here that we're doing.
Let's do it.
We read the 5-star.
One?
Oh, I got one.
Let's do it.
I got one. This one comes to our friend. Comes to us from our friend, Finn's Chick.
Okay. Hello, Finn's Chick.
5 stars.
Love it.
Titled "Absolutely Hysterical."
Wow.
Okay.
Love it, love it, love it.
Now, as I'm pre-reading this, I'm realizing we're kind of backed up with these reviews, because this is a review that came to us quite a while ago. The review says, last week it was when I say bro, you say no. This week it's the Ju-Tang clan. Some of the funniest stuff ever, plus always outstanding recaps. Well, thank you, Finn's Chick, and I'm sorry it took so long to get to this review, because that's a few months ago, but Ju-Tang is forever, so it doesn't matter when we read it. Thank you.
The Ju-Tang clan.
The Ju-Tang clan. Shout out to Ross.
That's the dumbest name.
Stop it. We probably have listeners named Ross or married to Rosses. Or
no, it's not dumb. Okay.
Shop at Ross's dress.
If you have a grown-up man whose name is Ross, I'm like, yeah, it's really cool. But if you have a baby...
Oh, all babies have just ridiculous names if you think about it. You think about like a tiny baby.
I know.
Name it anything. It's Mark.
Or Mitch.
Like a tiny Mark? That's ridiculous.
Well, that's not that bad. He can go Marky.
A tiny Alan?
I love it.
That's insanity.
It's very, it's kind of majestic, but a tiny Ross.
It's adorable.
It's so silly.
It's adorable.
It's so silly.
Anyways,
okay.
We're taking away from Finn's Chick's review, because that's a beautiful review, an absolutely amazing review. So thank you, Finn's Chick. We love that.
Thank you so much. What a review.
Making Theresa's tooth feel better.
Yes.
With every word.
As we speak.
All right. Thank you for the reviews. To all who have left reviews, thank you. To those who are thinking about it, come on. You can do it. And then we'll read it if it's a 5-star. So,
yeah,
all right,
guys,
thank you.
Go for it. Talk to us. Leave us a review. Yeah. Am I skipping ahead?
No, be like Finn's Chick and leave us a review.
Yeah, be like Finn's Chick.
Beautiful. All right. How about a little 90-day by the way?
All right, let's do it. I'm not going to shit on your segment anymore because you did not shit on mine.
All right. Well,
you learn. You live, you learn.
I'm taking it easy on you over there because I feel like you're dealing with enough. But all right, let's get into 90-day by the way. Number one, a bunch of you guys sent us this story. So thank you to everyone who sent us this story. But a special thank you to Christine, who I believe was the first to send us. Kudos to always the first person to send us a story. This time it was Christine, so thank you, Christine. And here it is. Jovi is right. Yara's friends are a bad influence on her because one of Yara's friends, if you guys have not heard, Adele, she was recently arrested. And this is not some minor arrest. This is not some, I was dancing on a bar, public intoxication. No, it's not she didn't run a red light. Okay, here's what happened. She was part of a group of 6 individuals.
Are any of the individuals also Yara's friends?
Not
or was
that,
it just Adele?
Not that was, you're thinking about Symphony with the C.
Yeah.
You're thinking that with a name like that, she's probably up to no good. That was not called out in this report. But 6 individuals, Adele included, were arrested as part of a drug trafficking ring.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's not selling marijuana at high school, Adele. That's a drug trafficking ring. And She and the others were accused of distributing large quantities of cocaine,
Okay, I can see that.
heroin
Oh boy.
in the Middle District of Louisiana, okay? And they had $250,000 worth of items seized from them when they were arrested. Things like luxury cars, firearms,
What?
guns,
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm doing this what, but I read it. But it's
heroin,
been a while, but yeah.
marijuana. Yeah, so get some new friends, Yara, or you will not be seeing American citizenship anytime soon, I would say.
I mean, Yara's lucky. Hopefully, she didn't get involved whatsoever.
I mean, she's already too involved. To have your name in the same news story as this drug trafficking ring when you're an immigrant and you're trying to go through the legal process, not good. But a wild story, and I love wild stories.
Wild story. What?
So thank you again, Christine, for sending that in. Thank you to everyone who sent that in. That's a great story.
Yes, thank you guys. That was like mind-blowing.
And the crazy thing is, it's terrible timing on Adele's part. Because
What do you mean?
She got arrested this month. She got arrested in October.
Oh.
Her episode aired a week ago.
Oh, that's right.
If it was-
a couple weeks ago.
If it was flip-flopped, I feel like, or just a few months apart, no one would care.
Yeah.
But because it was so recent, everyone's like, what?
What also brings me back to TLC does not do any background checks on people.
Well, this was filmed 6 months ago, a year ago, so she could have been clean. She could have had a clean record.
Oh,
But
okay.
but they're
Who knows? Who
they're not
knows?
doing background checks on these ancillary characters.
Probably.
I doubt it.
They should. Maybe they will.
Nah,
But
it's more exciting this way. All right, number 2, Teresa.
all right.
And I love these stories. Mark your calendars. Saturday, October 29th, we're going to get a live vocal performance from one of the stars of this season's Happily Ever After.
It's Libby.
It's not Libby.
Oh.
It's not Libby.
Oh.
It's not Soulja Boy.
Oh.
It's not Soulja Boy. It is none other than
Andrei.
close.
Angela.
Angela.
No.
She is going to be at the world famous Cat's Meow karaoke in New Orleans. I imagine she's hosting the karaoke night. There's not too much information. She posted something on her Instagram. She posted the flyer. Here's what the flyer says. TV personality Angela Deem live in concert.
Oh boy.
Live in concert, Teresa.
Oh my gosh.
So-
I cannot picture her singing. I mean, I can.
Oh.
I cannot hear her singing.
She doesn't have the lung capacity to sing. Come on.
No. I think she's gonna sound like a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. Here's the best part. So I'm a reporter. I'm a journalist. I do my research.
Sure.
So I had to go to the website. I had to go to catskaraoke.com. I was clicking around trying to find some more information for the story.
Nothing.
Nothing. No mention of it. But what I did find, they have a 24-hour live stream of the karaoke stage.
Okay.
So unless they cut the live feed because of this special event, if it's like pay-per-view or something, we can tune in on October 29th and watch Angela Deem on the live stream.
Okay. Well, wasn't she going to be doing like live streaming it anyways? Like on her Instagram, or
No, I
she
doubt
just,
it.
Like,
I think
invites.
she's trying to get people to go to New Orleans and go see her.
Oh,
her
how much
in
are
concert.
tickets?
I don't know if there are tickets or if you just pay cover.
Oh,
There wasn't much information, but consider me curious.
Okay.
All right, so that is Saturday, October 29th. A little holiday weekend. It's definitely going to be scary. A little holiday weekend.
Oh boy.
Action for you at the Cat's Meow. So that is, by the way, 1 and 2. I think a couple solid ones.
Yeah,
All right.
look at you. I'm not even gonna shit on you.
Please don't. Okay. All right, let's talk about episode 7. Sunday night, 90 Day Fiancé, season 7, episode 7, Happily Ever After.
Question mark.
And the first question is, why are Bilal and Shida on this
Right?
season?
So since you mentioned them, let's take a ride with them.
Yeah. I was surprised Bilal allowed Shida to practice in the Benz. Like, bring out the white creeper van, have her, that thing is banged up already. You're going to have her in the nice Benz, and you know he's all on edge already, freaking out. Why? Why put yourself...
It was in a parking lot, so she wasn't on a highway or anything.
No, but there are still curbs you can hit, other
True.
cars, people. I'm just saying, he's going to be so oversensitive. Oh, this is my nice car. Throw her in a cheaper car. Throw her in the van, in the creeper van, and I think everyone's emotions will be
Well, one
lower.
thing that I could not take, and you might agree with me, is Shaida driving without shoes.
Yes.
WTF. And what I'm saying is because I've done it before, not by choice, but because I was wearing flip-flops and it was raining and my shoes were so wet, I was like, okay, I'm just going to drive without them because they were slipping.
Yeah.
Right? It was A, it hurt. B,
Yep.
you really have to you have to pedal it hard.
Oh, yeah.
And C, it's just gross. It's dirty. You drive with your shoes on, all of a sudden you take them off.
Yeah, the thing that had me scratching my head was you're there to practice. So you should practice the proper driving technique.
Yes.
It's not like she's in a bind, she's stuck somewhere, she has to get home, and this is the way she's comfortable doing it. You're there to practice, so practice the right way. Don't be like, oh, I have a heavy foot, I got to take these boots off. Or don't wear those boots. You're going driving.
Plus, I drive in boots. I can drive in heels. I can drive in... Yes, it took some practice because you have to adjust your seat because you're kind of taller when you
Yes.
drive in heels. But never without shoes.
No.
That's so bad. And the thing is, she knows how to drive, but they drive on the left
They drive
side.
on the left, yes.
We drive on the right side, so this was new for her. Dude, wear your shoes. Wear your shoes.
This would have been a good time for her to prank Bilal, though.
Oh my gosh.
If the brakes aren't working, and watched him freak because
He should have. She should have.
Needs to give some.
I mean, he
payback.
was already freaked out because she took her shoes off, put it in the back of the car, and touched the leather seat. And he's like, oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
This leather.
That's what I'm saying.
What are you doing? He was freaking. He was like, how many times did you have an accident? She's like, once.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Why are we in the nice Benz for this outing? You have a banged up car that'd be perfect for this.
Yeah, no, he's so bad. And then he's like, listen, don't mess up my car. I'm so irritated. It's like, oh my gosh, like you sound so bad that if it was me, I would be like, you know what? I'm not driving with you. I'll find a driving instructor or someone else because you're stressing me out.
This did remind me of the first time I drove with you. When we went to Vegas, you had been living in the city for years. So I guess you hadn't driven.
Yeah, I haven't driven in a while.
But we're like, oh, we're going to take the car out. We're going to drive from Vegas to the Grand Canyon or something.
Which I did.
What do you mean?
I did drive, but okay, keep
this
going.
trip or a previous time?
No,
Yeah, well, I'm telling the story.
Oh, tell the story. Tell
You're
the story.
jumping to the end.
Tell the story, Jonathan.
Well, we got in the car and we just started jerking forwards and backwards. And I was like, Teresa, what's happening? You know how to drive, don't you? She's like, yeah, it's fine. And we start to pull down the street. And again, like jerking forward, jerking backwards. I'm like, what is going on? She's like, I don't know. The pedals are really sensitive. And so I look over and you're using 2 feet. You had one foot on the gas, the other foot on the brake. And it was a disaster. And
For like a minute, I just had to organize my thoughts and realize that I'm driving an automatic
that it's not
vehicle.
a go-kart.
I mean, I know how to drive regular cars, not automatic.
Now you do. Now you're very good. Yeah, I was like, put your foot.
Regular car is not automatic.
Oh, manual.
Manual. Yes, that's a regular car. And honestly, if you knew how to drive it, I would actually get a car that's manual because I love it. I can't because if I ever needed you to come and pick me up, you would not be able to drive it.
Right. So imagine me sitting in the passenger seat and Teresa's using the brake as a clutch. That's how that ride went.
For like a second. Then what I do, well, now I'm used to it, but I have to put my left leg like under the seat so I don't use it.
That doesn't sound good either. But there is
left.
No, I know, but you shouldn't tuck it behind you, I don't think.
Yes.
All the way to the left side of the well is a little place for your foot. There's always that little
There is, but I'm talking about the moment when I had to organize my thoughts.
Oh, that was fine. Sure.
I had to put my foot away and be like, automatic vehicle, let's go. And then I drove for 5 hours straight to Grand Canyon. So
beautiful.
Good story.
So Then we get a video call with this fertility doctor. I mean, this fertility doctor is getting as much screen time as Bilal and Shaida.
Yeah, but it's like her hormones are very good. The egg test is still pending.
Yeah, so this is a premature call. Call me when you get the results, doc.
Yeah, so, and doctor was like, so how is it going since last time, guys? And Shaida is like, well, we're trying. And I'm like, really?
Even Bilal was like, trying? We have not been trying.
And so apparently this is what Shaida considers trying. They don't bang with a condom on, and sometimes Bilal doesn't pull out at this, when he needs to. So there might be some oopsies.
Wait, did Shaida call you or something? How do you know this?
Well, that's what she said.
She goes, we've been using condoms, but there's been an oopsie here and there.
She said they're not using condoms.
No, we've been using a condom, but there's an oopsie.
So how do you have an oopsie with a condom?
That was my question. Maybe sometimes he puts it in before putting the condom on.
He makes holes in the condom.
No, don't you dare say that. No, I think the oopsie is maybe they get too in the moment. I can't imagine Bilal getting passionate, but maybe they get too passionate and he does his thing before he has time to strap on. But
or maybe his penis is too skinny and the condoms don't fit.
That could be an oopsie for sure. Let's go with that one. How about Shaida's earrings? Because she was wearing.
I love it.
She was wearing the triangles that I played in elementary school music class.
It looked good, but it was tough to function with it.
It was huge.
Yeah.
It was absolutely huge.
But it looked good. I like her in black.
Bilal was dressed like the lead singer of a 90s cover band.
He sure did.
He was like distressed Hot Topic shirt, black dog tag, and ripped jeans. I'm like, are you going to break into Creed at any moment?
What's Creed?
With arms wide open. You don't know Creed? Can you take me higher? No?
No, I know Creed from The Office.
Mm-hmm. Much more talented. Creed was like the original Nickelback.
Oh, I love Nickelback.
People loved Creed. The music was great, but it was kind of embarrassing to admit you loved Creed.
Well, the same with Nickelback.
That's what I'm saying. The original.
I think I admitted it to you when we were driving in Yellowstone and we had no reception, was no signal, and there's no radio, but I had a few songs saved in my phone. And one of them was Nickelback, and we just listened to it on repeat.
Nickelback's great. Nickelback has just become a meme. So people just jump on that bandwagon like, oh, they suck. Musically, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
As songwriters, pretty good, pretty catchy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for Nickelback.
Yeah.
Sue me.
Yeah, I'll play you some Creed. I'm sure you've heard it. I saw Creed live in concert.
Did you hear one of our friends said that I'm right about, what's his face? Dave Matthews?
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just me. And I thank you
yeah,
for
but
sending us a message.
she also validated me too and said, yeah, like everyone who grew up in that region.
And I get it, but it's not just my musical ear saying that music there's nothing to it.
Oh boy, you better stop.
Unless you grew up listening to it, which I didn't.
I have a discerning ear. I can hear the nuance in Dave Matthews.
Oh, sure.
All right. Later in the day, let's do our pros and cons list.
Yes, and before, Shaida is like, yeah, so Bilal's eating pancakes, right? So I assume it's breakfast time. She's like, I'm just gonna eat a salad to make sure I can get pregnant. It's like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you had a pancake, you can still get pregnant, Shaida. Call in, guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Call in because that scares me.
Diet is important for overall
absolutely,
health.
But if you have a pancake,
you'll be fine.
Yeah. Who eats salads for breakfast? Rabbits?
It's a great question.
Rabbits? Is she a rabbit?
I don't know.
Move on.
Pros and cons of having a kid, not having a kid. Pro for Shaida, motherhood changes people for the better.
Okay, well, con for Shaida, she won't be able to sleep for 10 plus hours. What is she doing with her life? Who sleeps for 10 plus hours?
She has nothing else to do. But
yes,
I know.
But 10 plus hours?
That's the dream. No pun intended.
I'm actually, when we have our moments and we sleep longer on the weekends sometimes.
You're exhausted.
I'm exhausted from the amount of sleep.
Yeah.
So then I eat and I go back to sleep.
Yeah. I think 7 is like the prime amount.
For me, it's like 5.5.
That's too little.
5.5 to 6 and I'm fresh.
Little. All right. A con for Bilal would be the added stress. And
finances.
I
didn't think he would have a problem with that.
Oh, come on. He's all about that money and
well, yeah, but he makes that money.
Here's the thing. We don't have kids, right?
No.
So we can't really speak too much to this, but it seems like Shida is underestimating the work that goes into raising a child. She just thinks it's going to be, it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It'll make me a better person. I'll have someone to play with, hang out with. She's not taking into account, I won't be able to sleep for 10 hours. I will have to put the child first. And Bilal has multiple kids. He knows what goes into raising kids. And so I know we all hate Bilal, but we should probably listen to him here because he's got the experience.
Well, I think his biggest issue is that they don't know each other that well. And he's nervous that she's going to get pissed and leave because apparently that's what she says. When she gets upset, she says, I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
So if you have a baby and then she's going to get pissed and leave, that would be so bad.
So they're both at fault a little bit here because my initial thought is don't bring your past baggage into this current relationship.
True.
You feel this way. You're scared she's going to leave because you've been left multiple times in the past. But that's not fair to Shida to bring that to this relationship. But Shida's wrong to be threatening to leave.
Yeah.
So they're both at fault here.
Yes, but that's about it. That's as far as we get with them.
Next week, we'll talk to Dr. Jim again. I'm sure.
That's just literally their storyline.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, let's do a little small story here.
Small story that I have a lot to say about.
Oh.
It's about Libby and Andrei and Andrei's upcoming immigration interview.
Yes.
Let's start with this. Andrei, for God's sake, learn how to pronounce USCIS, because every single time you talk about them, you're like SBCD and MNOPQRST.
That's a cop show on CBS.
Oh my freaking God. It's USCIS. Just remember it. Or just call it the immigration. Don't say all kinds of letters, but what it actually is.
All right, Teresa.
Vent number one.
Okay, keep going.
Okay,
Don't
so
stop now.
his 2-year green card expired and he got the extension. Been there, done that. That's actually what we're doing, right?
Yes.
And it is true. Some people are called to an interview to get the second green card. Usually they just mail it to you. But if there is something suspicious, or maybe you don't provide enough documents that you are a real couple, they just kind of want to see it and talk to you, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, but as this lawyer says, it's bad because you guys have a child together. You establish that you are a real couple.
Yeah.
That is a lot for you. You have a house, you have a child. The fact that they want to talk to you is strange.
Yeah. And she thinks, well, maybe your past is coming into play now, which if they glossed over it the first go around, I find it a little hard to believe that they would go, you know what? Actually, let's look into this.
Well, this is the thing. I always thought, and again, I'm not a lawyer, that they go hard on the first time because you get the green card. The second time, it's about removing the condition, meaning let's see if you guys are still together.
Right.
If you're not, let's still make sure that you guys were legitimately married and it just didn't work out. And maybe you've done something in those past 2 years that might be questionable. I don't think they would go back and dig deeper to whatever you had did in your past.
Right. I feel like the first step they go and they look from birth to present. Okay, what has he done? Where has he been? Any record? And then when it comes time to renew, they would go from the day they gave you the first green card up until now, going, oh, are you guys still together? Has anything changed?
And
they're not going back to the start of your life.
And that's the paperwork we filed. Like we filed an evidence since that happened since the day we filed for the original green card.
Right.
We didn't go back to 2016 or whenever we met.
Right.
You don't do that. So that's why this is like, all right, I don't think that's the case. It just might simply be that, well, let's make sure you guys are a real couple. Or, as the lawyer suggests, do you have any enemies? Someone who could say something bad about you? Which I highly doubt that any of these loudmouths would How would they do it? Do you think they would like try to email the US MDCBS?
At gmail.com. I could see Charlie and Meg getting a little hopped up, getting a little drunk, or I don't know, calling Yara's friend and getting some party supplies and just drunk dialing immigration. Like, hi, is this the United States, bro? Okay, cancel Andrei. Bye. Right? Like, I could totally see.
I mean, yeah, honestly, if there is something suspicious, of course they want to talk to you. And so, yeah, I can see that, but it's something that must have happened in the past 2 years. There is no way they're going to go deep into Moldova.
Well, they go back. Amal's talking to Andrei about your past and what happened in Moldova, and he brings up how he was the detective and he was the police officer, and there is investigation to that. We gloss over this, but this is so much more interesting. This is so much more compelling than anything on this season. Like, give me a reality show about Andrei's past. I want to know about Andrei and the police force. I want to know about what corruption he was involved in.
Well, I don't think he was a cop for that long, because then he ended up moving to Ireland and got with Libby. And how old is he? I think he's like our age.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he's 34.
I think I have it written down somewhere. 35.
Okay, he's 35. He's been in the U.S. for, I'm going to say, 4 or 5 years. Well, he said he's been doing this journey for 5 years, so 4 to 5 years. Then he was in Ireland for a bit. So, yeah. I mean, he was a cop for a while. I don't know how it works in Moldova.
Yeah, but that's
in
just...
Czech, you need to get some education before you become a cop.
Yeah, it's just so fascinating to me. If this is the true story, which I kind of believe it is, considering they're continuing this season after season, tell me more about your time in the police force, because that's wild. But she says basically you might get deported. There's a chance you can get deported.
And apparently she witnessed people getting arrested and deported at the interview, which is wild to me.
I mean, yes, I don't think someone in Andrei's case, but sure. Someone who's clearly scamming or has done something wrong.
That's the thing, has done something wrong. Yeah.
So Andrei has to go back home. He has to tell Libby what happened and how he thinks it's strange that he's being called in for an interview. And he says, it could be my past, could be Moldova, but maybe. How you say snitching? Someone snitching?
Yeah, Libby doesn't think her family would do that, because she's like, they know that I would go to Moldova. Plus, I don't think she would like it.
Yeah.
And Andrei's like, well, look at us. Look at all we have. They're just jealous. It's like, I don't think they're jealous, because they all seem to have nice houses and they all seem to have a lot going on. Even freaking Charlie and Megan making 70K taking food pics.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're
I'm calling
jealous.
the IRS on them. Forget who they called. I'm calling the IRS.
I don't think they're jealous. I don't think that's the thing.
No.
But they don't like you.
I can't stand... Andrei's the level-headed one here. He's like, we need to be humble. We need to respect the process. Like, he's saying all the right things. And Libby's like, I'm just so sick of people asking us questions and like asking us how we met. And it's like, well, that's life, Libby. Sorry you have to go to an interview and you have to tell your story one more time.
Well, that's a life with a foreigner.
Right, and which she chose. No one forced.
So did you.
Yeah. I'm not sick. I love telling our story.
I do too.
I'm not sick of it. It doesn't upset me when someone questions, if they're questioning it for the right reason, which a USCIS interview would be the right reason. It's not some random person at the bar like, oh, what are you doing with her?
Yeah. Plus, I'm all for legal immigration. And unfortunately, because of the illegal and people who are trying to scam the system, this is now part of it. Like, you have to deal and prove that this is real. And I'm honestly... It sucks that it takes a long time. It sucks that it's expensive, but I get it. Like, I understand it.
I agree.
Okay.
All right. Is that it for them?
That's it.
All right. I think we should take a quick break here.
Let's do it.
I'm going to go get a barf bucket. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Jenny and Sumit. All right? We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Teresa. Are you ready?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but sure.
Okay, here's my first question. Let's just get right into it. I think Jenny was saying Sumit has a little penis. I think she was saying that he doesn't have a big penis. Right. In other words, I think she was saying he had a little penis. And your understanding was, I think she was saying he didn't have a big penis. Yeah, because for those who don't watch the show, it opens up and she's like, I tripped over your shoe.
Oh, yeah.
And Sumit's like, it's a big shoe. And Jenny goes, actually, it's not a big shoe.
Unless she doesn't know that's the saying, like, your penis is as big as your shoes.
Teresa, she is 63. She's been around the block. She doesn't need Kama Sutra. She knows all about.
Which, honestly, I'm like the opposite. I'm like, Jenny, you might need to spruce it up.
Right.
Because you've been around for so long. Things change,
yeah,
yes.
Things have changed. So she goes to call Christina, her daughter Christina, right? And just shout out, I just want to shout out Jenny's fancy iPhone holder.
It's not an iPhone because she's using Zoom.
Was not an iPhone.
I don't think so. Otherwise, why would you use Zoom?
Good point.
If you have an iPhone.
Well, maybe
Unless
Christina.
I think Christina has an iPhone. Who doesn't have an iPhone?
Shout out to that phone holder. I've never seen anything like that. It makes so much sense. It just props.
What are you talking about? Everyone has it on their desks.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I have one in my car to prop it.
Yeah, but you have all these tiny holders you can put in your desk.
I've never seen one.
No?
I know.
I should probably get it for my parents because when I talk to them,
they're
the classic parents that I see half of their faces because they're trying to fit in.
The up nose shot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, that's what I'm saying. I've never seen this holder. This is beautiful. Send me a link. I'd like to make a purchase.
Again, she's been around for a while, so
there you
she
go.
knows.
There you go. So she tells Christina about her idea of getting Sumit a spousal visa so he can come to the States. Christina loves this idea.
Yes, but I don't think they should move back to the States. They can go and visit.
Yes.
But I think it would be so much harder for them to be living in that because she now has no 401k, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is she gonna do? What is Sumit gonna do? I mean, he's young. He could probably figure something out, but it's gonna be so much harder. And they have a life established in India. They do these shows. Like, don't go and visit. I'm all for it. I'm all for Jenny showing Sumit around. Sure. Don't move there.
Anal and Sadhana haven't been on in 2 episodes, and you've forgotten how awful they are. That's why Jenny wants to.
India is a big country.
Fair enough. But yeah, I'm with you. Go on vacation. I think you can go for a couple of weeks. But yeah, they've got their life in India. I don't know.
Especially because Jenny gave up everything in the U.S. It's not like, oh, I'm renting this house that we can move to. Oh, it's like, I didn't blow my 401k. We would still have something to start with. There is nothing unless Christina wants to, share a room with them, which I doubt. I wonder, what is the real reason that Jenny wants to go? Does she just miss her family, her daughter, or is there something? Is it getting away from anal and sadhana? I think all of it. And plus, she has grandkids. True. So yeah, go or do a little like bi-coastal thing. I know it's not bi-coastal, but spend a few months in the States, spend a few months in India. No one's working anyway. Doesn't matter. True. So Christina loves the idea of seeing her mom so much so she's like, I'm coming to visit you when the borders open. Yeah, which is great. Go and visit India. Yes. And then Jenny tells Christina about the one weird thing Sumit wants to try. He wants to do Kama Sutra yoga, and not just any Kama Sutra yoga. Couples Kama Sutra yoga class. Okay, this is not a private. This is not a one-on-one. This is not a 2-on-1. This is a class. Yes, and Christina is all for it. He's like, Mom, go. And you guys have any sex shops around that you could also visit? No? So any of those cute little toy stores? Oh, boy, Christina. Jenny's like, well, you probably got to go online for that sort of, Adam and Eve, Simply Pleasures, free shipping promo code Jenny Not a
Sumit.
Sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Should be.
But she knew. She was like, oh, yeah. You probably got to get on those sites, Yes, but because Christina's on board and Jenny's like, you know what? You guys, like, you're younger and Simon's younger and you guys are all for it. You know what? Like, I might take the class. I might take it. Take a class. Take a class. You're never done learning. Learn something new every day. they say.
For sure. I just saw on the news that a guy that's like 80 graduated college. He took all those classes. Just take a class.
He kept his clothes on the whole time, too. Well, maybe not. Okay. Jenny and Sumit exploring the beautiful scenes.
Beautiful scenes, beautiful cows, shit everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, they're just roaming free.
Yeah.
Doing what they do best. But that was an adorable
I was
cow.
surprised the cow was just shitting on the bridge.
I was like, move. I know, but it was a cute cow.
It was a cute cow. I like cows.
I like that cow. They go and they go to a restaurant to sit and talk, and Jenny shares some good news.
Yeah, Christina will be coming. And that's something she wished during the ceremony that they released that little boat.
Yeah.
So it happened. That's all she wanted. And because she's in such a good mood, she's down to try this Kama Sutra yoga class.
How do you think Sumit felt about hearing the news that Christina's coming? Because every time Jenny said Christina's face, he looked like me when Jenny says Kama Sutra. It was just like...
Well, I think now when they're married, it's going to be fine. Before, they were on his case. Like, why are you doing this to my mom? Like, why you keep saying you'll marry her and you're not marrying her, right?
Yeah. He does actually say, well, maybe if Christina comes here, then I don't have to go to the States, so...
Oh, yeah. Plus, there is... I feel like normally I would probably say, oh man, like he's probably going to like the daughter better. But Christina is a lesbian. So it's all good.
Nothing's going to happen there.
Safe and sound.
But Jenny goes, so I told Christina that you wanted to get a little freakier in the sack. And she said, go for it, Mom. And so it was like, wow. Yeah, I'm not saying anything is wrong, but we can just bring some excitement to this relationship.
Yeah, but Jenny wants to make sure that Sumit is not getting bored with her. Like that she's a little worried about. And Sumit is like, I just want to learn a few more tricks. Like, it's always good to learn.
I think it's amazing because he wants to bang this 63-year-old in all sorts of new ways. You should feel flattered, Jenny.
Yeah, that's true.
You shouldn't be like, oh, I hope he's not getting bored with me. You should be like, oh my gosh, he wants to bang me sideways, upside down, reverse cowgirl.
That's very true.
Right? Like, it's a compliment that he wants to explore.
Yeah, very true.
So you go, Jenny. You get yours. So sex ed time. All right. Sumit walks in and he goes, oh, wow, there are other people here too. Did you
said that?
Yeah. Did you forget to sign up for the private class? Sumit couldn't spring for the private.
I don't know, but I'm here for it.
There's other people here too.
The instructor is like, I was so amazed seeing such an old person here. I hope she's not gonna break a hip.
Hope she doesn't injure herself. It started off good. It's pretty standard, some light stretching. And then it quickly turned into Sumit talking about how he can put his feet behind his head.
Yeah, why would he be doing that?
Well, he was lonely for a while Jenny was in the States.
Okay, I don't even want to go there, but what was kind of ew for me was when they did the
Show me your own face.
Is that how you're gonna bang too? Is that part of the experience?
I think that was their concern.
Oh.
I was like, I think they were like, we don't talk like this in bed.
But Jenny was loving it. Like she was doing it all. She was doing the cowboy for real, cowboy helper, whatever that means. That was called.
It turned into like a high school wrestling class. I was like,
yeah, but Jenny loved it. She's like choking him. She's like, I'm gonna ride you like a fucking pony. And I'm like, whoa.
Hello.
Whoa.
I think this had to have been the PG version, the 4-camera version, because this seemed very mundane, I thought.
I mean, we didn't see anything, and then they said, okay, the final 4th pose is the cowboy helper. So we didn't see 3 poses. Maybe Jenny just couldn't, or maybe she was
Some
like...
things that, you got to work your way up to. I mean, not to get too graphic, but we've thumbed through the Kama Sutra before just to take a look, just to see what's in. And there was definitely some advanced moves that they were not going for. So I think this was a beginner's class.
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah, even though Jenny's so experienced. Oh, Jenny.
Oh, Jennifer.
I'm loving Jenny and Sumit this
Me
season.
too. I hate to admit it, but when they see them on, I'm like, yes. And then Bilal and Shida, I'm like, get out of here.
Because they've evolved the story.
That's true.
It's no longer, are we going to get married?
Yeah.
Are my parents going to accept our marriage? It's like, how are we fucking tonight? And I'm like, all right, I'm leaning in.
Jesus.
I'm leaning in, Teresa. All right. Should we do it?
Let's do it. All right. Our next couple is, get ready, you guys and our neighbors, Angela and
Michael.
So we basically pick up where we left off when Angela is still taking apart Michael's car.
She's like, how about that? How about that? And just ripping apart his hood.
You see, like she was getting his license plates and
Everything.
put them in the front and the back. And then she was trying to like wiggle it off. She was going so hard. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can see the screws, like you have to screw them in.
Yeah.
And then she was just trying to like wiggle it off while getting emotional. I'm like, this is out of control.
I was bracing myself for her to climb on top of the hood, pull her pants down, and relieve herself.
Oh my gosh.
On the car. I was like, this is nothing is stopping her. And that's the funny part is Renee's like, Michael, get out of here before she ruins your whole car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how about you go stop Angela? Like, Michael's not coming out. Go talk to her.
She's not going to stab Angela. But okay. So I don't know what happened or how it happened. All of a sudden we see Michael and his brother. Where did they come from? They were out, right? They were in the house.
I think they were under the bed hiding like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone, which I would be too if I heard that outside.
They come and when Angela sees Michael, she literally attacks him.
I mean, this was bad.
This was bad.
This was bad. This was physical, or it almost got physical. It was to the point where people needed to hold them back from each other.
And Michael's like losing his shit. I've never seen him lose his shit. He's like coming to my house in the middle of the night. Like, are you mad? And then basically he yells at her. He's like, get out of my compound. Speaking of what? Get out of my compound. And then he said that he's done. This is not Michael. This is Angela.
It was a new Michael.
It was a brand new Michael.
But it's the only option. You don't mend it. You can't fix a relationship after it's boiled over. Like this is the end of a relationship, or it should be. My only thought was, did he seem surprised? Wouldn't your first reaction be like, Angela, what are you doing in Nigeria? He was just kind of like, oh, she's here. Here we go. It's not like you guys live in the same town.
You see someone taking apart your car and like attacking you.
Yeah.
I don't think you have the time to be surprised.
I guess. Yeah, you go into self-defense mode.
Yeah.
But it got so heated. It kind of crossed some lines.
Oh, yeah.
Of, this is fun to watch, to, this is a little uncomfortable and scary. Because they were both going hard at each other.
Oh, so hard.
Angela, they get back in the car, they leave, and she says she's going home, but what do you do? It's episode 7. There's at least another 10 episodes. Is she really? Oh, Canada.
Go to Canada.
Oh, Canada.
So okay. Do you think this is gonna be it for them? Because I think they will still meet. I don't think she's gonna just leave Nigeria like this.
I think maybe this relationship is over. They needed a grand finale. So TLC flew her to Nigeria. They let this play out. And now she's going to go pursue, I forget what his name is in Canada. But why would you spend so much time at the beginning of the season introducing us to this guy if we're not going to see him again?
I mean, maybe, but I have a hard time thinking that this is over.
Yeah, because we've lived with them for so many years now. It's hard to wrap your head around it, but it should be.
It should have been over like episodes ago. But yeah. We'll see. I think there is still something.
I kind of hope she goes to Canada. That's more interesting, at least, because this is talk about the same thing over and over again. This is the same thing over and over again.
True.
Sometimes it's via the phone, sometimes it's in person, but it's over and over and over and over.
Yeah, they should.
And it should be over.
And Michael should just pursue his career of being a social media creator or whatever.
Content creator.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Last
but not least.
Kim and Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy.
Did you see his shirt this episode?
That's the shirt she brought for him.
It's not a good photo. It's like a shitty photo of the two of them at a beer garden holding solo cups.
Yeah, no.
Go get glamour shots. Go do a shoot and then put that photo on the shirt.
Okay, I'm going to throw a knowledge at you that you threw at me every single time I see people posting photos on social media that look like shit.
Hit me.
I think a lot of people don't have a good design or creative eye.
Yep.
And they just, whatever is in the photo is what matters. Like, oh, it's the two of us. It doesn't matter that you're stepping into a shit and that it's like...
half your face is cut off.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's just the two
bad.
of you. That's what matters.
Okay. You make a good point.
I mean, you made the point a long time ago.
Sure. So, all right. It's time to meet the fam. So they have to fly to Sokoto, which is Soulja Boy's hometown. Mm-hmm. And he's a little nervous, as anyone would be, because he's like, I think my family is just going to see Kim and see BGL 2.0.
Well, yeah, because, dude, you married a pack of cigarettes before. I'm not saying Kim is like that.
No, she's
but
better. She's a jewel.
Yeah, but you put your family through something, and all they're going to see is like, oh, an American, older,
Right.
cannot produce kids, get out of here.
Right. No, he's not wrong. His fears are definitely valid. So they land. Usman's friend, Bibi, meets them at the airport. Like, Bibi's their driver.
Yes.
Friend, very good friend, and then their chauffeur.
And we learn that Sokoto is very conservative and very strict because they get to the hotel, Bibi helps them with the bags and everything. And
Don't skip over the front desk.
what happened to the front desk?
Soulja Boy was signing in.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And he was like, what do I put down for my profession? And Kim was like, international superstar.
Oh, yeah. And that's
You
where,
have to sign.
yes.
That's so interesting.
Yes.
I don't know why that is. There can be a multitude of reasons, but yeah, to put your profession down when
Yes.
you're checking into a hotel.
But Usman expanded on it because he was like, yeah, I'm the only famous artist from my region. I'm the only one who has fans all over the world. I'm like the biggest superstar.
goes,
I'm being recognized.
Yeah, I get recognized everywhere.
So why didn't they fill it out for you?
Yeah, no one, it doesn't seem like anyone's right.
No one's recognizing him.
He's like, I get privileges everywhere I go, but I want to go higher and higher and higher. They get to the room. The room was nice. I don't know if that was the presidential suite,
I don't know.
the Soulja Boy suite, but it was nice. And I think what you were getting to.
Yeah, when Kim wanted to thank Bibi, so she was about to fist bump him, which is like, okay, how old are you?
Right.
But
That's not the reason it was appalling.
No, I was like, no, don't touch him. Like,
Yeah.
you cannot touch another man.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big no-no. And Bibi's like freaked out.
As soon as she puts her fist out to bump, he's like, okay, time to go. I got to go. How do I get out of here? Where's the door? Where's the fire escape?
He's out.
Yeah, and that's when we learn, like, no, we Soulja Boy and Kim shouldn't even be that close because they're not married. So yeah, that was definitely interesting. Then,
Which is, I was just going to add, you made a good point. Like, he must somehow be slightly into her because he could have said, hey, we cannot share the room. Like, oh, this is very, very conservative here. Very conservative.
It's a good point. That's interesting that they are sharing.
One
the room.
thing, when they were leaving the hotel and the previous destination, they were saying like, bye hotel, right? And King was like, yeah, bye yummy room, like almost yummy room. Almost yummy room.
Almost.
So maybe he's not that hot for her.
Or maybe just being in that environment, knowing that it's not accepted, it's kind of a boner kill.
Yeah. Well, who knows? But
Who knows? Next morning, Usman goes to see his mom.
yes, and mom is like, here we go again.
Yeah. And he sits down with her and he's like, you remember you talked to a woman on the phone? That was Kimberly, one of my friends. And I'm going to bring her here tomorrow so you can meet her.
And mom is like, so approximately,
I love it.
what's her age?
I love it. She was like, round down. I know she's going to be an oldie, just approximately, but round down. How old is she?
And he says 50. Is she
Yeah.
50 or is she like
51.
53?
She's 51.
Oh, so he is rounding down.
He rounded down. He's not an idiot. There is. Still, mom is not thrilled by any means.
She's like, God, really? It's like, okay, sass. Okay, sassy mom.
Well, mom's got a bunch of different varieties of women that are young and fertile, and she thinks that's who Soldier Boy.
I love that she said, I have a variety of women, very fertile.
How do you know?
That's a differentiator.
How do you know how fertile? But and then it gets just worse where she's like, I pray Kimberly is not your wife. I pray. And I think her reason is, I'm scared he's going to leave me for America. I also think she probably wants grandkids.
Yeah.
But it also probably just isn't a good look for Soldier Boy to be with this 51-year-old approximately.
And mom is like, give me 7 days and I'll find a fertile, she said a word for young. It was also very like, basically give her 7 days and she'll find him fertile young lady, because there are a lot of them interested in him.
Apparently.
Maybe because he is the superstar.
Most famous in the region.
Most famous in the region.
But it's pretty clear Kimberly is not going to get the blessing.
Yeah, and because mom is like, I assure you that I won't accept Kim.
And you say, the fact that they're sharing a room, that shows that he must really actually like her, because he could have easily said no, pulled the as in Nicole. If he continues to move forward with her, knowing how opposed his mom is, I think that shows how into her he is.
Well, I think what shows what he's into is that he wants to get to America to grow his fans.
Right. You think, and I'm glad mom isn't supporting this, but you think a mother could be like, you know what? Yeah, go to America, make that money and send it back to me. But she's not. She's thinking, I want you to stay here. I want you to marry a young, fertile girl. I'll have 7 by the end of the week. And that's that. I guess she's still being selfish. She wants her son to be around.
I mean, everyone, I'm pretty sure your mom wants us to live in Connecticut. I'm 100% sure my parents want us to live in the Czech Republic.
I don't know if that's true.
I'm not saying they would ever say otherwise to us, but if you ask them, like, hey, would you prefer us to live down the street? They would be like, absolutely.
Well, Soldier Boy is still a plane ride away from home. I know it's a lot easier to get to than America, but it's not like he lives in town.
No, but mom said it. She's like, I want him to live home.
Yeah.
Not in America, not elsewhere, home.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm very curious to see how this meet and greet's going to go, because we saw the preview. She does.
Look like E.T.
Phone home. Go home. Probably mom's going to say, E.T., go home. But it's going to happen. So I think that's telling. I think Usman does find her appealing as a potential wife. I
guess. He also finds us appealing. All the new iPhones and iPads and
He's like, Apple's not going to stop putting out new iPhones. I got to stick with it.
Once a year, I got to get that bitch.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the episode. That was a quick episode.
Well,
Teresa.
because
of the big perv.
Because of the big perv.
Little perv.
A lot of the big perv, which we don't talk about. So
yeah, you guys told us you didn't care for that, and so we're gonna give you guys what you asked for.
Yeah,
which is to not. So a little shorter of an episode, and the Angela segment was 4 seconds.
Oh, Angela's segment was 4 seconds.
Libby and
Andrei. There was.
So,
I'm telling you,
little
Big Perv got a lot. So.
And who else got a lot then?
I mean, Usman.
Not really. Maybe Bilal and Shida got more than.
Sumit and Jenny got a little more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, because so far, Little Perv's been on every episode, I think.
Which, honestly, maybe people do want to see him, but they don't. But they don't. I
think
I don't know.
The podcast community, we're like more diehard. So
yeah,
we know how shitty of a person he is. And that's why we don't want to give him a platform and talk about him.
Yeah.
Your everyday viewer doesn't know anything about his unfortunate past. So that's why they're probably like, yeah. But all right, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I feel like next week we'll get some Jovi and Yara.
Yes, but if you want more of us, guys.
Oh, what a great
Sign up for the Patreon.
Sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/married to reality.
And as some of you know, and some of you might not, every time is a good time to sign up.
Well, that's one way to say it. And yeah, you let me not mention that at the top. I forgot to mention that. There's no bad time to sign up for the Patreon, because we do subscription billing now. So whenever you sign up, you pay for that month, and then you're not charged again until a month later. And it's no longer the first of the month. It's just monthly on whatever date you signed up.
And it wasn't us, guys. It was Patreon. They just allowed this.
They just allowed it.
It wasn't us trying to do something fishy.
No.
It was just us trying to do what's best for you guys. And luckily, I think this is the best. This is how I want to subscribe to things.
100%. If I sign up on the 10th, I want to be renewed on the next month on the 10th.
Yeah.
Not the first of the next month. Anyways, patreon.com/married to reality. That's a great segue, Teresa. Also, the Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. It's always a fun time over there. We love chatting with you guys. That's where you guys send us those news stories.
Yeah, and you chat with us.
That sometimes become by the way. So thank you for that. Yeah, you chat with us. You chat with Teresa. Teresa will one day let me chat.
I love that. Like some of you guys send us your thoughts on each episode, whether it's 90 or it's maps or it's deck. And I love it.
I know.
I love reading it because I feel a certain way. You feel a certain way.
Yeah.
We obviously know that everyone feels differently. And I always find it very interesting to hear how you guys feel.
I completely agree. Because everyone's got a different opinion on everything.
That's the beauty.
A lot of the times we'll see something and we'll go, you know, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times I think we'll write back and we'll say something and you guys go, you're right, didn't see it that way.
Very true.
So it's always good. It's always good to have conversation, communication, and talk about your differences.
Love it.
So do it with us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Also, follow the podcast. So easy to do. So easy to do, guys. All you have to do is look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as hopefully the next episode.
Woo-wee!
Give us more of the couples that we want to talk about and less of this tiny perv.
Okay. And thank you again for the reviews. A big thank you to Finn's Chick. Thank you so much for writing in that beautiful review. We really appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who's left a review. And thank you in advance if you're going to leave a review.
Yes.
All right.
Said it all?
I think I've said it all. Have you said it all?
Said it all.
All right. That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.